Hi guys, today I'm going to share with you the SSL issue that I'm facing with my website and how to troubleshoot the issue and resolve it. Now, the thing with my website is I have a domain that I've purchased with Google and my site is hosted on Wix, but the domain purchased is from Google. So, I'm on the article page of Wix for troubleshooting the SSL certificate issue. And here they've mentioned a few steps that I need to check with my domain if that is configured for SSL certificate to be enabled. So I'm on my Google domain workspace where I have a domain that I manage and which is hosted on a Wix hosting server. So if I go to manage, and what happens when your SSL certificate is not configured is what I'm going to show you now. Here it shows you that your SSL certificate is missing and your site could be a deceptive one and it is dangerous to load such sites. So this would make most of your users go away from the site. So for that you have to configure SSL certificate. There are two ways to do that. One is Google Trust Service and the one is your creating an encrypted certificate on your own. So here as you can see the DNS security is on and I don't see any SSL configured on my Google site. And also Google has an option of automated certificate system through Acme DNS API. The token is also not generated, so I don't have any configuration that is done on Google server. So since my domain is connected through pointing and I've purchased the domain outside of Wix, there's no way I can configure SSL for that because this happens automatically, and I need to make sure that DNS security is not signed. If you see here, you can see that under the default name servers, the custom records are missing and I don't find any A name and C name configured, which could be the reason that my SSL is not reflecting. I need to turn this off. So it will take about 2 days to activate. So I'll just do one last step because I don't have any other settings that I can perform over here. I'll do one thing. I'll unassign from this site and reassign it. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to the domains. So after disconnecting from the site, if I go and check the SSL information, the site looks secure. So here everything seems right. There's no red mark. If I load this site, the domain is right and it doesn't give me any duplicate or duping error. It is an auto-generated certificate using Let's Encrypt method. So since Wix site is not yet configured and if I load the site, it is showing me the certificate. That means it has been assigned to the site by Google. I contacted Wix to see why my domain was not reconnecting. The issue that they mentioned or highlighted was that my A name and C name is missing according to the records, and I would have to refer to the SSL documentation to get the right configuration done. And once I have my A name and C name in place, my SSL should start working and my domain should get reconnected. So if I go to the troubleshooting document over here, the article says you need to have the domain connected via name servers or pointing servers. So in my case, my domain is connected through pointing. So I need to check these configuration, and before that I want you to see that here they've asked me to ensure that my DNS security is not signed. So if it is purchased outside Wix, I need to make sure that it is not signed for your domain, as it can interrupt the propagation process. So this is what they said. And if the domain was purchased from Wix, it is automatically not signed, and the rest of the things will be handled by Wix itself. And the other thing is, if you have any code that is related to HTTPS and you have used HTTP, then you'll have to manually go and change that code. So in my case, I don't have any code, but I would want to share a few changes that are not related to this article, but it still works for me. Now I have configured what Wix directed me, and I have referred to the documentation, and this is what my site configuration looks like. And as you see, the IP address and your alias name, the A name and C name are configured as directed by Wix customer service. And also this thing is mentioned in their document, if you see here. So you'll have to have the pointing as pointing.wixdns.net for C name, and host name should be your domain name, or it can be www. And here your A record should have @ as your host name, and your value is something related to the IP address. So the same thing has been configured over here. But I did not use @ and www. I used my domain name and the entire domain name with the web root, that is www. And also the other thing that is different for my site is the DNS security, which is signed and published. So as you can see, the difference with what the article says and what I have is the DNS record has to be unsigned for it to work if it is purchased outside Wix. But in my case, it is on and it is signed and published. So the even after this, my site keeps working with SSL configuration, and I contacted the Wix customer service, and after I set this configuration for C name and A, the issue with my site that I had got resolved, and it was also not connecting to the domain, so that also has been resolved. So if you see here, I don't have any SSL issues as of now, and my site is working fine. So this is what you will have to do if you have any SSL configuration issues. You will have to go to the troubleshooting article over here and follow the steps, and you need to make sure that you have the right configuration for A and C name, and your DNS security should be unsigned. But if it works, if it does not work with unsigned, you can enable it and it will get signed and published automatically, and you should be waiting for 48 hours for it to reflect on your internet website. So if you find some value in this video, please comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.